Hello everyone, my name's Nicole and today I'm going to show you how to apply for the TAP Foundation course for mature students. I'm going to go through the whole application process with you. So in order to find the link to apply, the easiest way is just to Google TAP Foundation course for mature students and it'll be the first result. So click in here and the page should look like this. So if we scroll down a little bit, it tells us some information about the foundation course, and the most important one being that applications close on March 28, 2026. And then if you scroll down to how do I apply, you will find the link to the online application form and it'll bring you into a portal like this. So if you are new to this and haven't started your application, you will click new user and you'll put in your details, your first name, your surname, your date of birth, your email address, and your password. Make sure this email address is one that's easy for you to access and also one that you check regularly, just in case you get any emails from us. But I have already set up an account, so I'm going to log into my account here. The good thing about this application is you don't need to do it all in one go. You are able to log in and save and then come back to it as many times as you like before the deadline, before you submit it. So maybe you see a question and you're not 100% sure of the answer and you need to go and check. That's fine. You can just save everything you've done, leave it, and come back and answer that question. So the first section is about your details. So you're going to put in your name, your date of birth, your country of birth, and your nationality. And then you'll go on to contact details. So here you'll put in your home address, your phone number, and you're going to answer whether we can contact you to help with your application. And then you're going to answer if your correspondence address is the same as your home address. So is this address the one that you live in and that you sent post to? If it is, then you just press yes and you can continue. If not, you will press no and then you'll put in your own address here, the one that you do get the post sent to. So we can save and continue. So next is asked about residency status. If you're not sure about which one to tick, you can contact us at foundationcourse@tcd.ie or you can contact Trinity directly and they'll be able to tell you which one applies to you. So you are first going to put in the country you live in now, then what county you live in if you live in Ireland, and then you're going to select your status. So this one is that you've received full-time post-primary education. The next one is worked full-time in the European Union. The next is that you have a passport and you received all full-time post-primary education in the European Union. Then you have that you have refugee status or have been granted humanitarian leave. Then you're ordinarily resident in these regions, but you haven't been in education or worked for 3 of the 5 years, or you don't fall under any of the categories. So again, if you're not sure, just check. Just because they're so wordy and so detailed. Then if you have a European health insurance card number, you put it in here, and then you will hear you tell us if you need a visa to keep you in Ireland for your course. Then the next one, the question is about English language proficiency. So if English is your first language, you can press yes, and that's fine. You don't need any more documentation. You can just keep going. If it's not your first language, you will select no, and it will ask you if you're educated through English. If yes or no, it doesn't impact the next question, which is that you need to have an English language qualification. So if you have one, press yes, and it will ask you for details. Maybe you did Cambridge exams, IELTS. If you did the QQI communications module, that counts as well. And then the date and the score and the document itself. If you haven't done it already, just press no and it'll ask you which test you plan to do and when. Next question is about second level education. So you can list up to 3 secondary schools you went to here in Ireland or elsewhere. Then you have... So the next question is about second level exams. So basically, did you do a Leaving Cert or an equivalent to a Leaving Cert in another country? This is where you'll put in details of the exam and also the transcript from the exam. And if you've done more than one, you can add another. Then there's a question about post-secondary education. So have you done any other courses outside of secondary school? Maybe you did PLC or you did a level 3 or a level 4. You can put the details in here. And then this question here is about Trinity College Dublin and have you been admitted before? So basically it's asking, have you done a degree here, or did you start a degree and then drop out? Maybe you finished school, started a degree, didn't like it and dropped out, and you just have to let them know that you did. And the last one is any additional relevant education that you'd like us to consider as part of your application. You have space to put it here. Then you'll save and continue. We're just asking here, where did you hear about this course? So maybe, you went to an education fair, or someone from Trinity came to your college or your school and that's how you heard about it. This is where you just give us that little detail. So let's say visit to school. Save and continue. So now you have the option to upload a CV. So it's up to you, yes or no. If you press yes, then you will select the file there, and if not, you can manually enter the jobs that you've had, whichever you find easiest. Then you'll have space here to manually enter volunteering work if it's not on your CV, or you're not submitting a CV. And it asks if you've applied to any other third level colleges this year, so yes or no. Then it asks about social welfare recipients. So excluding children's allowance, are you in receipt of any social welfare payments? And if yes, then you will write down one, like here I've put in job seekers allowance, and then I would put in September 2025 if that's what applies to me. Or if you get 2 payments, you can put that in, anything but children's allowance. Then we're on to application statements, which are probably the most intimidating part, but you don't need to stress. It's just a way for us to get to know you better and get to have an idea of what kind of student you are. So the first question is 250 words to describe why you want to take this course and what you hope to gain from doing it. So maybe you could talk here about what course you'd like to go on to do in Trinity, and like the job you have in mind for when you finish college and the career path you're thinking of taking. 250 words, so lots of room to describe what you want to do and why. The next one is 250 words to talk about the main obstacles that prevented you from pursuing your education. So this is completely up to you what you include here. Maybe an example could be, life experiences. Maybe no one in your family had gone to college before, and so you thought, I better go to work, but now you're older and you want to return to college. Or maybe you didn't do so well in school because you have an undiagnosed learning disability or difficulty, but now, you've gotten it diagnosed, or you're more aware of it. Whatever it is that prevented you from going to college when you finished school, you can describe that here. And then you have 600 words, so a good bit longer than the other two, which is to write a short essay about any topic that is currently in the news that you're interested in writing about. So, if you're coming here to do the foundation course to go and study law, it's a good idea to pick something related to law that you're interested in, like a court case that happened, and you could talk about your opinion and other opinions you've heard and why you agree and why you disagree. Or maybe you're scientifically minded and you really want to study biomed, so you talk about a scientific discovery or breakthrough that you were reading about or you've watched a video about recently, and again the different opinions or what you found interesting about it. This is just for us to get to know you better as a person, get to know your interests better, but also to see your writing style. So this is a good place where you might write a little bit and then leave it and then come back to it until you decide to submit. Then you have to select your preference for a course location. So if you want to study here in the Trinity campus, you have to put Trinity College as number 1, else you won't be shortlisted for an interview, unfortunately. But if you prefer to go to Pierce College or Plunket College, then you'll put Pierce College as number 1 or Plunket College as number 1. So the next part is about references. This is Microsoft form that you need to send this link to, so you can just click up here and copy and paste, and you'll send this on to the 2 people who've agreed to be your references. Maybe they're teachers or old teachers, employers, managers, people you've volunteered with, people you know from the community, and you've been working together. You send them this link and they'll fill it out, and then at the very end they will press submit, and they need to submit this by the same deadline as you do, so make sure that they know that. But once you send them the form, they submit it, they don't need to send it back to you. And so you just send that link and you can save and continue. Then here you can upload any other documentation that you think supports your application, and then you can also submit your birth certificate. You have to submit this for the application, so this is where you can include it. And then the final part is the terms and conditions and agreeing to the privacy statement. So you need to tick all of these boxes. All of these, there's just 2, and very importantly, at the very end you need to press the submit application button. It's very important that you press this, because if you don't, we won't get your application and you won't be assessed for the foundation course. So you really need to be careful to press submit, and you'll get an email afterwards confirming that you've submitted the application, so make sure you get that email. But yeah, so best of luck with the application. I hope everything goes well, and I look forward to seeing some of you over the summer, and hopefully in September too. Bye bye.